Today I'm going to be ranking the Terraria soundtrack, including Terraria Otherworld. So I'm going to be ranking these based on how much I like them. Of course, as you know, music is very subjective, so your opinion is going to be very different from mine. In fact, why don't you guys comment down what your favorite Terraria track is, and we'll see how well everyone agrees with you. So let's just get started. We have 85 tracks in total to rank. So let's not waste any time. Let's start with Overworld Day. Very iconic. When you think of Terraria, you think of this track. Solid, A tier, very good. Alternate Day, I also like this track. I don't think it's as good, but it's still very solid. And then we have Night. It's pretty good. I think I like it a little more than Alternate Day, so I'm gonna rank it like this. So the ones closer to the left are the ones I like more, I guess. And then we got Town Day. I think these are okay. They're not my favorite. They work well, but it just kind of feels like background music, but that's kind of what it is. So yeah, we'll put it there. And same thing with Town Night. I think I like Town Night a little better though, so we'll put it in front of Town Day. Windy Day. This is a good track. I really like this. It's very energetic. It's very windy, I guess, if that's a good way to describe it. I like it better than Night, so I'm going to put it right there. And then we got Rain. This is one of my favorite, or it is my favorite Terraria track in the game. I just love this track so much. I love how it incorporates the original Overworld Day song, and I just love the atmosphere. It feels very nostalgic too. I just absolutely love it. So I'm going to put it in S tier. And then we have Storm. I also really like this track. It's pretty good. I'm going to put it right there. And Morning Rain. As you know, Morning Rain is the... what is it? It was the original tutorial theme for mobile. And I think console too, I'm not sure. But this song is very nostalgic to me. When I first started playing the tutorial, this song was playing, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm gonna put it right there. And then we have Underground. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. I like it. I'm gonna put it above Storm. And then we have Alternate Underground, which I don't think is as good, but it's still very solid. I'm gonna put it right in front of Town Night. And then we have Snow. This is very good. I like this track a lot. I love the instrumentation, and I love how it kind of sounds a little awkward, but it just really works. I'm going to put it right here. And then we have Underground Snow. To be honest, this is a pretty forgettable track. I don't really think of this track that often, so I'm going to put it at a meh. And then we have Desert. It works. It's serviceable. So I'm going to put it at C tier. I'm going to put it... Yeah, I actually do really like this track, so I'm going to put it on high C tier. And then we have Underground Desert, which I think it's better than the Desert theme. It's very energetic. It's very intense. So I'm going to put it right here. And then we have Sandstorm, which is also a pretty intense track, but I don't think I like it as much as the Underground Desert. But I do like it better than the normal desert. So now we have Jungle. This is also pretty good. Jungle. I'm going to put it B, because I do like this track a lot. I'm not sure where to put it though. I'm gonna put it right there. And so we have Jungle Night, which honestly, to be honest, I don't listen to this track very often. I'm not sure how often I go to the jungle at nighttime, and on top of that, it's just not very memorable at all. So I think I'm gonna put it at E tier. I'm sorry, but I just don't. This is like one of the least memorable tracks in the game, in my opinion, of course. And then we have Underground Jungle, which is pretty good. I'm gonna put it right there. Maybe put it above Town Night. Alright, and we have Temple, or Lizard Temple, however you pronounce it. Which, I don't know. I don't really think of this track too often. It's okay, but I'll put it at right there. And then we have Ocean Day, which is very catchy. It's atmospheric. I love like the white noise they use, which makes it sound like you're in the ocean and there's waves coming onto you. It's really good. I'll put it right like A tier. And then we have Ocean Night, which I don't think is as good, but it's also pretty good too. So I'm gonna put it high B tier. Now we have the space tracks. Space Day, I do like this. It's very calm, it's gentle, it's relaxing. I'm gonna put this in A tier. Space Night is also pretty good, however, I just don't think it's as good as Space Day, but it's still actually pretty solid. So I'm going to put it average. I think it's pretty average, right there. But it's pretty good, so I'll put it high C tier. And then we have Corruption. Very funky. It's catchy. It's a really good track. I'm gonna put it A tier. Underground Corruption is also pretty good. I don't like it as much as the original Corruption, but I really like how it blends the underground theme with the Corruption theme. So I'm gonna put it right in front of Space Day. And then we have Crimson. You know, this track is kind of a slow burner, but I really like the end of this track. It peaks at the end, and it's, yeah. So I'll put it, I'll put it in between Town Day and Town Night. And then we have Underground Crimson, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what this sounds like. Or, well, I do because I listened to the entire soundtrack before I made this video, but it's just not really memorable, you know? Like, it's gonna be an E tier. And then we have the Hollow, which is very, very candy-like. It's lollipops, it's very calm. It's a nice track. I'm going to put it in A tier. Maybe above Underground Corruption. And then we have Underground Hollow, which is, I think, is an improvement to the original Hollow track. So I will put it right above Overworld Day. And then we have Mushrooms, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I love this track so much. It's so like funky, it's so catchy, and this might be weird, but I love the clap in this song. I know it's like such a weird thing to point out, like, oh my god, he loves the clap. Like, what does that matter? But I don't know, it's great. I'm gonna put it in S tier. I don't know, I love it so much. And then we have Dungeon, which I think is also a pretty solid track. I like how it sounds like bones. Like it's like if you're playing the xylophone on like a skeleton or something. So I'm gonna put it right above Jungle. And then we have Underworld, which I think is pretty solid too. I actually really like this. It's very intense, very fiery. So I'm gonna put it in B tier, right above Underground. And then we have Eerie, which is very low key. It's kind of moody, so I'm gonna put it right here. And then we have Solar Eclipse. I really like this track. It really fits with the event it's playing for. Like, there's a bunch of horror enemies in the Solar Eclipse, and this song really captures that. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Oh, look, we have another row for B tier. All right, and then we have Slime Rain, which honestly, it's okay. It's kind of derpy. It's kind of slow, but I guess that kind of captures the Slime's vibes. But I just, it's not a track I come back to that often. And then we have Goblin Invasion, which I think it's also okay. I don't know. I don't really come back to this track much either, but I'm gonna put it at a high D tier. And then we have Pirate Invasion. I do like this track quite a bit, so I'm gonna put it high C tier. And then we have Pumpkin Moon, which I also like. So I'm gonna put it low B tier. And then we have the Frost Moon, which in my opinion is the most underrated track in Terraria. Not enough people are talking about this. Like, if you listen to this song, it just puts you in a good mood. Like, it's festive, it's also intense, high energy, and I love how it like combines rock with Christmas. It's honestly really good. I'm gonna put it S tier. And then we have Martian Madness, which is also really good, but at the same time, I don't know. I actually think it's a C tier. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right there. I don't. It's okay, but you know, I don't think about this track too often, but it's also not a bad track, so I'm gonna put it right there. And then we have Graveyard, which, I don't know. It's okay. I'm gonna put it above. I don't know. I'm gonna put it below Slime Rain. I just don't think about this track that often. And then we have Old One's Army, which is serviceable. It's nice. So I'm gonna put it right above Crimson. And then we have the Pillars, or the Lunar Event. Intense. Kind of feels like the end of the world, kind of. So I'm gonna put it B tier, right below Jungle. All right, now we're going into the boss music. So boss 1, very iconic, very intense, fast paced. It's really good for boss music. So I'm gonna put it right A tier. Boss 2, I know people love this track a lot, but I don't like it as much as boss 1, but I still think it's really good. It's very groovy. It's at a constant beat. So I will put it right here. And then we have boss 3, which I don't think is as good as the last 2 bosses, but it works. So I'm gonna put it right above Pumpkin Moon. And then we have Queen Bee, which is in the same boat as boss 3. It works, it's serviceable, and it's also pretty good. So I think I like this a little more than boss 3, so I'm gonna put it right there. And then we have Queen Slime, which is kind of like in the same boat as Slime Rain. It's derpy, it's kind of slow, it kind of fits like the vibe of the slimes. So I'm gonna put it in the same tier. I like it a little more than Temple though, so I'm gonna put it right there. And then we have Plantera. Everyone loves this track. I don't know a single person who doesn't like this track. It's so badass for no reason. Like, you're fighting a plant and you get these epic guitars. It's so good. I'm gonna put it S tier. I think I like it a little more than Mushrooms, so I'm gonna put it right there. And then we have Golem. It's good. It's a good track, definitely. I like it a little more than Queen Bee and Boss 3, so I'm gonna put it right. Yeah, nah, right there. Duke Fishron is kind of slow, to be honest. I think it's an okay track, but it's a little too slow in my opinion. I wish the tempo was just a little bit faster. I wish there was more elements to make it more like a boss track. So I'm gonna put it E tier right there. All right, and then we have Empress of Light, which is very fast paced, very intense. Like it really suits the Empress of Light fight. So I'm gonna put it in A tier, right above Underground Corruption. All right, and then we have the Moon Lord, which is very suiting for a final boss fight. It's intense, you know, feels like there's very high stakes going on. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. Sorry, I just have to drag it twice. Maybe right above Morning Rain. And then we have the Day Remix. This is actually part of the Terraria soundtrack. You can listen to this with the music box. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think it really suits the game that much. I don't think it's supposed to, but at the same time, I'm not really a big fan of the huge synths. And it's also kind of, the volume's a little wonky at certain parts, like the synths are a little too loud, and also the hi-hats at the end are pretty loud. I'm just not a big fan of this. Put it in E tier. And then we have Journey's Beginning, the title theme for 1.4. It's inviting, it's inspiring, it's a good track. I'm gonna put it right here. And then we have the alternate title, which was the original title track before 1.4, which is okay. You know, it's kind of like very basic. So it's nothing too, it's not too interesting, to be honest, but yeah, it works. And then we have Journey's End, which is the end credits theme. Honestly, for a new track like this, it feels very nostalgic, you know. It encaptures like all the themes from Terraria, and it works really well as an end credit song. I'm surprised how much I like this. I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it as much as Journey's Beginning, but I'm gonna put it there for now. But don't worry, we'll reorganize this at the end to make any final changes. Okay, so this was the original Terraria soundtrack. Now we're moving on to Terraria Otherworld. Starting off with Rain, which the original track is actually the prelude. And I really love this. It's really emotional. I just wish it went a little harder though. I know it's just a prelude track, but I still think it's very solid. So I'm going to put it right here. Very good. And then we have Overworld Day, which is called Every Adventure Has a Beginning. It's catchy, it's sweet. I love the sound and instruments in the song. So it's also very solid. I like it a lot. I'm gonna put it right there. Very good. All right, so now we have Overworld Night, which is called Night Falls, Darkness Emerges, which is scary, it's tense, and it feels like I'm in a horror movie when I'm listening to this. But it's not too exciting or groundbreaking though, but I still think it's pretty good. So I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, and then we have Underground, which is called Below the Surface. Now this track is so epic. It's so catchy, and you know, it might be a little too epic, but I love this track a lot. So I'm going to put it right there, A tier. Very good. And then we have Desert, which is called Secrets of the Sand. And I like the melody and flute. Overall, it's pretty solid. So I'm gonna put it right here. And then we have Snow, which is called Glimmers of Vibrance, and this is my favorite Terraria Otherworld track. It is honestly so emotional, so beautiful, and I love the bass in this song. It's really good. I'm gonna put it right in S tier, right there. All right, then we have Otherworld Ocean, which is called Enchanted Blue. It's nice, melody's pretty good. Yeah. I'm gonna put it right there. And then we have Jungle, called Sky Guardian. Nothing to walk home about, but I like the atmosphere. Gonna put it high D tier. Alright, and then we have Otherworld Space, which is called The Endless Void, and I like the percussion type instruments in the song. I wish there was a little more though, could have gone a little harder, but I still like it nonetheless, so I'm gonna put it B tier. Alright, now we have Mushrooms, which are called Celestial Caverns, and it's honestly pretty forgettable though. it has a nice atmosphere, but I'm gonna put it in D tier right here. And then we have Underworld, which is called Journey to the Core, and it's very industrial. It feels very industrial. It's okay. Yeah. Gonna put it right here. And then we have Otherworld Dungeon, and it's called Ancient Citadel. I think that's how you pronounce it. And you know, this is also okay. You know, a lot of these middle tracks start to sound the same once you get like familiar with the sound of this soundtrack, basically. So I'm just gonna put this. I'm gonna put this, yeah, right here. All right, Otherworld Corruption, which is called Shadows of Corruption. It's sick. I love the bass and I love the transitions in the song. It's a great song. Gonna put it A tier right there. And then Otherworld, Underworld Corruption, called Decay and Corrosion, which is also pretty cool. Not as good as the original Corruption Otherworld track, but yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna put it B tier. And then we have Otherworld Boss 1, or like the pre-hard mode bosses, which is called Behold the Octo Eye. And you know, this feels like the introduction of a villain in a movie. That's what I get. That's the vibe I get off of this track. But I still like it. And I'm gonna put it like right here. Alright, Otherworld Crimson, which is called Blood Crawlers. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay, but it's not memorable, so I'm gonna put it right here. And same thing with the Underworld Crimson, or Underground Crimson, sorry. And this track is called Crimson Chasm. Yeah, it's in the same boat as Otherworld Crimson, so I'm just gonna put it right here. And then we have Invasion, or also called Fighting Off the Invasion. It's tense. It's alright. It's okay, yeah. So I'm gonna put it right above Town Day. Alright, then we have Otherworld Underground Hollow, which is called Twisted Virtue. And you know, this sounds like a major scale song was turned into a minor scale. That it's a little unsettling, but you know, I kind of like it. It's not my favorite, but I like what it's going for. So I'm gonna put it right here. And then we have Otherworld Underground Snow, which is called A Sweet Menace. And honestly, it's not that memorable. So I'm gonna put it right here. And then we have Plantera, which is called Rage of Tarunk. Tarunk? Is that, I don't know how to say that, but I like the bass. It's not as catchy as the original Plantera though, but it's okay nonetheless. I'm gonna put it right here. And then we have eerie, which is called Enter Darkness. And this makes me feel like I'm experiencing the end of the world. Yeah, that's the vibe I get off of this. I'm gonna put it right next to Otherworld Night. And then we have Lunar Event, or Fighting Off the Night, or the Pillars, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so yeah, nice intensity. I like the guitar. Nothing to walk home about though, but I still like it. So I'm going to put this somewhere in C tier, right there. Pretty high C tier. And then we have Boss 2, or the, what's it called? The hard mode bosses. And then this track is actually called Sinkholes of Darkness. Yeah, it's alright. It's an alright song. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it right here. And then we have Moonlord, or Consumed by Darkness. And I like the deep choir in this. It's intense also. Gonna put it right here. And then we have Otherworld Wall of Flesh, which is unnamed in the actual soundtrack. It's okay. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Gonna put it right here. And then finally, to end on a high note, we have the postlude or hollow credit song, whatever you want to call it. And I absolutely love this. I love the vocals. It's inspiring, and the emotional piano at the end is so beautiful. Oh man. I'm gonna put it right. I'm gonna put it right here. Alright, so I'm gonna edit this list a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can change anything. Okay, so I'm gonna move the Otherworld Desert to right here. I do like this track quite a bit, actually. I don't know why I put it in C tier. That was just probably a mistake I overlooked. Alright, I'm gonna move Journey's End a little higher. I really like this track. And then I'm gonna move Journey's Beginning a little higher too, to make it like that. Alright, I think that's it. So this is the final list of my ranking of the Terraria soundtrack. What do you think? What do you disagree most on with me, and what do you agree most on with me? Leave it in the comments below. So overall, what I would say is that I absolutely love the Terraria soundtrack. You know, there's not really one song I absolutely dislike. I know I've been really nitpicky with a lot of them, but I honestly love this soundtrack as a whole. That's why there's not really a bad tier. There's just very meh. But it's really good. And if I could compare the Terraria Otherworld soundtrack with the original, what I would say is, I think overall the Terraria soundtrack, the original one, is a little more memorable, but I really like the Terraria Otherworld, the way that the tracks are mixed. I think there's better mixing in the Otherworld soundtrack, but I still really like both. But yeah, this is my list. Thank you all for watching so much. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Bye!